Hola, guerreros. Hey, warriors, what's up? This is Sara Quiriconi, Live Free Warrior. So I want to get to some of your questions. A lot of you ask me questions on social media or write private messages, which is fine. But I know that you are not alone, and there's a lot of other warriors out there that maybe want to hear the same answer. So I'm going to get to some of your Q's with some of my A's. If someone were to tell you that they want to do exactly what you do, and you can only tell them one piece of advice, what would it be? Great question, limber linguist. I would suggest if you want to be doing what I'm doing, I would say doing exactly what I'm doing, right? It's living from heart, it's living from passion, is for anybody to know your why. Now that takes a little bit of digging inside and there you go. Okay. Take 3. Back to what I was sharing. If you want to do what I'm doing, and that's living a life of passion, of purpose, of exactly what you want to do, my first suggestion to anybody is to start with your why. Things are going to happen in your life. Things are going to come up. Things are going to derail you, take you off path. Right now, for example, I know that we need to find another source of income. So it's not exactly the things that we want to be doing, but it's taking those things on to allow us the freedom to do what we want to do. Knowing the why helps guide us on that path and keep moving in that direction of ultimately where we want to be. So always know your why. Model approved. I love this one. How to keep healthy eating while traveling by plane. The biggest part is to plan ahead and have things that are TSA approved that you can get through, which are most fruits, I believe, and most airports. I have heard mixed things. Snacks that you can have that are going to be nutritious, that are going to be filling, that are low in salt so you stay hydrated. And if you can bring those fruits, those are going to have extra juices. I always bring along grapes, if I have melons at home, or I take whatever that is left in the fridge. Chef Melissa Mayo writes in, how do you deal with jet lag? The best advice I can give for jet lag is to just hop on board with the schedule of the time zone that you land in. When we were flying from Miami to New York to London to España, we landed in Madrid, and the first thing we did was just go with the flow of the time zone you're in. The same thing happens when you turn back and you go in the opposite direction and you're actually moving back in time. So some days you have really short days, and then other days you have really long days, depending on the direction that you're going. But my best advice, hop right into the time zone that you're going to and pick up from there. Amul 10 writes in, Sarah, what's the arrow tat on the forearm represent? Or just something you liked? Hashtag I'm being nosy. Well, be nosy all you would like. I actually did a full video on what this tattoo is, but in short, it's a warrior arrow. The arrow symbolizing strength and to keep pushing forward. So it has an L and an F for live free. And any arrow that you are pulling, you have to retract it in the bow first, then let go, and it takes off. So sometimes we need to step back a little bit to move forward even greater. Deep, I know. Those are my tattoos. They rationalize why I get them. Yoga a day. What do you do when you lose your yoga mojo? Totally happens. A lot. My best advice when you get bored with it, switch it up. Going to a new studio to try. If you're a teacher, find different sources of information, or even start to learn a different area of yoga. Remember, the physical asana practice is one of 8 parts of yoga. There's 8 limbs. That's limbs. So find something else that attracts you. For me personally, I added running to the mix. I don't run anymore now, but I still do go to the gym and do either some weights. I'll do different kinds of exercises for movement. A Pandian writes, why do you call yourself Live Free Warrior? About 3 years ago, I started to develop what was living free, and it really was a basis of choosing exactly what you want in life. The birth of the warrior, sometimes you need to fight for something, and sometimes you need to pause and let go of something. Warriors, I love doing this, so let's continue in the future. If you have any more questions, write them below, and I'd love to feature them in an upcoming video that I want to do. I'd love to be a resource and inspiration. That's the whole reason that we go through experiences in life, is to learn from them and then share them. So it's my pleasure, un placer, de yo, Live Free Warrior, y aquí en México. Besitos, hasta pronto. See you soon.